I'm Staff Sergeant Allie Rose. The Department of Defense released its recruiting and retention numbers. All 4 branches of the military met their recruiting goals. The Army was the only service to exceed their goals. As for retention, all 4 services met or exceeded their goals. In terms of reserve units, 5 of the 6 organizations met or exceeded their recruiting numbers. And the Service Navy's optimal manning experiment is over, and now the Navy plans to reorganize its surface fleet. Admiral Jonathan Greenert says a higher than expected operational tempo and a focus on optimal manning have taken their toll on the fleet.
I think we have to inculcate into the community, down to the deck plate, a concept of cleanliness, preservation, and stowage, and a better understanding and a better foundation, if you will, fire in the belly, if you will, of planned maintenance.
Just last week, as part of the Defense Budget Initiative, Secretary of Defense Robert Gates announced around 6,000 shore duty sailors would be assigned to ships or to operational support jobs.
Doctors in Tucson say Congresswoman Gabrielle Giffords has a 100% chance of survival. She's now able to move both of her arms and is breathing on her own. A few months ago, the Congresswoman talked with the Pentagon Channel as part of our Holiday Greetings project on Capitol Hill. Here's the message she sent to troops overseas.
As a military spouse myself, I understand the sacrifices that all of you and your families make for our country. I serve on the House Armed Services Committee and am so fortunate to have both Fort Huachuca and Davis-Monthan in my congressional district. But I fight for all of the military bases in Arizona and in the country. I'm just honored that you are serving us with such pride and distinction.
On the day of the shooting, Dr. Peter Rhee was in the emergency room when the Congresswoman and 10 other victims arrived. Dr. Rhee says he was able to triage the patients based upon his 24 years of experience as a Navy doctor and his training at Uniformed Services University of the Health Sciences. He also, based on his service, knew just who to call for help.
Dr. Peter Rhee, a 1987 graduate of USUHS, knew that if anyone could help in this dire situation, it was his classmate, Dr. and retired Colonel James Eklund, and the current USUHS Director of Neurology, Colonel Jeffrey Ling.
The Congresswoman's husband is an active duty Navy personnel who's an astronaut, and the resources of the entire military has been made available to us.
Rhee immediately took advantage of that offer. Eklund has combat experience, having developed a high level of expertise tending to penetrating brain injuries while serving in Iraq. He says Rhee's work saved the Congresswoman's life.
Her ICU care is equally outstanding, providing the optimum environment for brain healing. We've also been inspired by the immense strength of her husband, Mark, and her staff.
Colonel Ling was already on travel duty when the call came from Rhee.
Dr. Ling, or Colonel Ling, I'm sorry, was on his way to Afghanistan when he got that mission aborted and was able to come here and give us an in-depth view and did a consultation on the Congresswoman.
The bullet did enter her skull. The bullet did traverse through her brain and then exited out the back, leaving behind some fragments and some bone. So she is critically ill.
Help! I need some help! Oh my goodness! Medic! Medic!
I think what kicks in is that foundation of advanced trauma life support and experience in the field environment and a practice at taking charge.
Field exercises are a large part of medical training at the Uniformed Services University. First-year students take part in search and rescue and survival scenarios so they know what to do if they get stranded behind enemy lines. By the time students are in their 3rd and 4th years, the simulated conditions have gotten much worse.
They try deliberately to overwhelm the students. They're kept up for long periods of time. They get very, very fatigued. They're put in different leadership positions, which might be uncomfortable for them or new for them, and then they're given high volume of casualties, and they need to respond to that. There might be smoke, grenades that are detonated to add to the difficulty in evaluating patients and communicating with one another.
Go ahead and peel off some of that duct tape for me. We'll seal some of the top.
Later.
Training emulates combat. And combat prepares them for just about anything. Sergeant Nathan Jones, Pentagon Channel News.
Coming up ahead on Around the Services, a mega milestone for one military program. But first, Vice President Joe Biden has wrapped up his visit to Afghanistan. We'll have a complete report next when we go downrange.